First, I'd like to start on behalf of the Pittsburgh Steelers organization, man. I'd like to send our heartfelt condolences to the family of the late, great Stan Saverin. You guys know we had a long and prosperous professional relationship with him. He was the absolute best. But beyond that, on a personal note, I just really enjoyed that gentleman, the spirit, the energy, the awesome stories of Pittsburgh legend. Just really appreciated that. As a guy at one time that was new to the city, man, I always appreciated his perspective on my circumstance, being able to share a story from the past and educate me a little bit. Just really appreciate it. And so I thought I would start by saying that. The work that we're doing out here really is just a continuation of what we've been doing, with a few caveats. It's important that we progress during this developmental journey and we take another step toward, football-like work, which obviously will be awaiting us in training camp. A couple examples of that, we infused a play clock today, acknowledging that component of the game. We're at the point in development collectively where it's time to do that. We're also introduced more situational football. We're not just snapping the ball 1st and 10. It's possession down football. It's red zone. It's things of that nature in an effort to increase the learning opportunities and the teaching opportunities. Again, more of the same, but a step toward football-like realism, and sometimes situations add that added variable, if you will, so we have opportunities to teach and learn. I'll pause and open it up for questions.
Mike, can you detail the last drill?
2 minute? 2 minute, it's football-like, not football. Sometimes I control the drill in the effort to put them in circumstances. What I mean is the second set there, that guy probably scored when he caught the ball on the 2-yard line. I called it down at the 2 just to make the offense work on a short field under those circumstances. And so these are controlled football-like environments. I know you want to identify winners and losers and write stories and so forth, but a lot of these scenarios are controlled by me because I'm more interested in teaching and learning as opposed to evaluating.
How about the first set?
Same thing.
Mike, what do you like about your young DBs, your Joey Porter Jr. and Corey Trice? Just what kind of advantage do they have in being bigger DBs than you drafted recently?
I think that story is going to be told with how they play. Length is an asset if you're clean. So they got to be penalty free. They got to know which way they're going. Sometimes when you're short, your COD is excellent. When you're out of place, you make up things faster. When you're long, you don't. And so they're very much writing their story about what they're capable of being. I like their attentiveness. I like the attributes that they bring, but it's premature to kind of paint a picture of where they are.
Mike, what is it about Aaron Curry's personality or his experience you thought would make him a nice addition?
I just love his energy. I love his passion for the game. I really appreciate his resume, his football experience. I think brings value, particularly when he's coaching the position that he excelled at. There's a lot of upside in him that makes us excited.
Mike, what's it mean to you to have Alex out here? What kind of leadership is
Alex
Highsmith, and what kind of leadership has he been showing?
He's an elite Robin, as we say. We like to challenge him in that way. He's growing. He's making a name for himself in this thing. He seeks perfection. His maturation has been one that we anticipate and expect, to be quite honest with you. You put quality people in this program, man, and they work within it. They just simply get better, and their tape does as well, and he's an example of that.
Mike, was everybody here that was supposed to be here?
Yeah, everyone was here that I anticipated being here. I gave a couple of guys an excused absence for a variety of reasons. TJ wasn't here. Ryan McCullum wasn't here. I'm sure you guys missed TJ. I'm sure none of you missed Ryan McCullum.
What about your punter?
Same thing.
Mike, earlier today, TA talked about football intelligence and how building that on 3 levels of the defense is imperative this time of year. How do you kind of mesh, given so many different new pieces entering this defense, how do you mesh kind of what they already know with what you guys are trying to teach them?
A lot of the new pieces are veteran players, and so it's not new learning. It's just simply what do we call it. A guy like E. Roberts, for example, a guy like Pat Peterson, man, they've seen all that football has to offer from a schematic standpoint. Really, it's just learning the language. And so although they might be new to us, it's not ground zero in terms of some of the things that we're asking them to do.
Mike, as Mark Robinson continues to evolve here, just where have you seen the most growth, and what more does he
I'm not looking for growth at this time of year. It's just teaching and learning, and he's gotten better in that regard, and he's positioning himself to compete for work and show that growth once we get to training camp.
Is there an appreciation to be had for Patrick Peterson and you've seen him interact with two rookie cornerbacks and the young guys that you have on the roster there?
I just think that comes with being him. That's who he is. That's why we were attracted to him. I don't know that that's really significant. He's a good teammate. He's a really good player. He's got experience. He shares those things with younger guys.
How much learning would you say Broderick has done from the time you got him in the building till now?
Like all rookies, man, they start at ground zero, and every day they come and they get better. And so, there's going to be a lot of learning. There's going to be some mistakes. It's ground zero for those guys.
You said it's football-like, but what are you looking to see from Kenny Pickett in this scenario? And what are you seeing?
All the things that come with being him, and we really don't have enough time in this setting to adequately describe it. Just know that he's working daily. He's diligent in terms of his approach. I like where he is.